Next up, we have Utau Oka, Singing Hills, Harmonics, Eolia. This is the opening from Tonelico, from the Tonelico soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a Layman-Friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers before Christmas 2025, which is an actual possibility, I will take a single fan fiction of the choice of the community, whatever y'all want, and I'll fully produce, record, and voice act an audiobook for it. And by the way, not even a thing for the membership. Remind me to ask about this afterwards. By the way, if anybody has any other celebratory ideas for the 10,000 subscribers if we actually hit it before Christmas, let me know. This has to be achieved through legitimate means only, honest means only. No account duping, no splitting, no botting, no buying followers, nothing like that. No rat behavior. Go share the videos, the streams with your friends, families, with your family's friends, with your families. Very distinct concepts, all four of those. Use the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have a group on the Discord that does, so go check it out. Link down below. You go coordinate with them. And go bring me more artists to collaborate with. Do not spam anyone. Do not harass anyone. Do not be a rat. Members, we just got somebody get a membership, so hell yeah. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member or on YouTube, you get access to them when I schedule them, regardless of the tier that you're in. It is for the LFA, so become a member today. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so pause the video if you want to read them all. And with that being said, let's do this. Let's do this. Utau Oka. Let's go. We are 7 seconds in, and we already got quite the Tonelico thing. Royal, welcome today. How you doing? So, we start with a vocal arrangement with our initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of the musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. And right now we have several layers of the vocals acting as a choir. Naylor, welcome today, by the way. How you doing? So a choir, usually the choir is going to be made out of 4 separate layers, 2 male, 2 female, the SATB. However, it sounds like in these cases for our Tonelico, we only use the SA, soprano and alto. So yes, before anyone from the political side, no, we're talking about music here. So SATB stands for soprano, alto, tenor, bass. This already encompasses about 95% of the world's 90 to 95% of the world's population. Soprano is being the highest range that women can have. Alto being the lowest range that women tend to have. Or soprano being the higher range, alto being the lower range of women, tenor being the higher range of men, still lower than alto, and bass being the lower range for men. As I said, this is already like 90 to 95% of the world's population. Then you have the mezzo soprano, and in between the tenor and the bass, you have the baritone. This now encompasses about 99.99% of the world's population. Mezzo-soprano is either going to be a range somewhere between soprano and alto, or it's going to be both. And the baritone is going to be either somewhere between tenor and bass, or both. In my case, I am a baritone. I have most of the range for a tenor, most of the range for the bass. I just don't fully reach the full range of either. I'm just somewhere in between. And it seems that in this case, we take the male function of this and we just go for the female range in this. So we have the motif given to us, followed by a quick cadential resolution. And then we got a couple of hits from a drum. From what I've been told here, this is the opening for the video game, so that is a strong way of opening. Let's see where this goes. Variation of the motifs with cadence, which, by the way, when it comes to this let's see. When you're making music, you're doing one of two things: you are building tension, or you're resolving that tension. That point in between we call cadence. And as I said, there is something called cadential melodies. So when it comes to a motif, the motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, usually being a melody of some sort. The most famous motif of all time being Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Ba 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 bum. That is the motif, and then he develops it into other things. However, there are things called cadential melodies. And these cadential melodies, they're little phrases and little motifs that you can add to any piece of music, whichever one you want. And the purpose of them is to be the bridge, the item that bridges the gap of the resolution. So you're going to have a lot of these sound in many pieces of music because all they do is serve the function of ending or concluding or resolving the cadence instead of being their own melody. Akiko Shikata is the singer, Akira Tsuchiya is the composer, arranger, and the lyrics guy. All right, there you go. So, let's see where this goes. And there we go. So we do a more exaggerated version of the motifs. We are developing them slowly with the melody, and we are doing the percussion mainly as a kind of like stomping. I don't know. To me, it's because I'm a nerd. If you've ever watched the it's the stupidest reference I could possibly make. If you've ever watched the YouTube series, If the Emperor Had a Text to Speech Device. If you've ever watched this series, if you watched it, we can be friends. If you haven't, it's Warhammer. It's Warhammer 40,000. But in this series, they have a little spin-off where there's a character that is basically immortal, but every time he dies, his lackeys get super sad, and whenever he comes back, they all chant, "Vulcan lives!" and they stomp twice. And I just can't help but think about that when I hear those drums. But that being in the context of the two stomps being something that is kind of like a closing statement. So, let's see where this goes. Oh, those. Okay, so now we bring a couple of other. Okay, so now we're slowly bringing new accompaniment. We're bringing a couple of synths doing some very interesting rhythms, and we're engaging in accompaniment. Some of this is arpeggiation being when you play a chord one note at a time. And by the way, I just realized that I never spell it out for you. So arpeggios or arpeggiation being when you play a chord one note at a time. It's a very good way of having a single chord take over a longer period of time. So let's see where this goes. Okay, so now we have two main elements going on. Number one, we are having a violin playing a solo at the center, and now we are having the vocals with this really cool Japanese like nasal singing. It's super cool the way that the Japanese managed to make it happen, and it is panned. So once again, the concept of panning is when you have music that focuses on one channel. So the way panning, the way channels work in audio is the number of available tracks for the available speakers that you have. For example, the first that we had was mono, which is one single channel for the entire sound system that you may have. And that means there's only one track that can ever play at any given time. It's very old, we no longer use it. And then we have stereo, which is two channels, which is the standard that we have nowadays, mainly because headphones. I think mainly because headphones, basic speakers, you have left speaker, you have right speaker, that's two channels, and the way it works is, for example, the audio track that we're hearing, it's not one audio track, it's two. One of them is playing on the left ear, one of them is playing on the right ear, because that's how stereo works. Then we have surround, which goes anywhere between 3.1, 5.1, 7.1. I don't know if there's plus anything after that. I know up to 7.1. We might be at 9.1 by now. I'm not entirely sure. So the 0.1 stands for the subwoofer, the bass speaker, and then it's 3 speakers, 5 speakers, or 3 channels, 5 channels, 7 channels, to adapt to the number of speakers that you may have in the physical location. These are, of course, less common because they are a lot more difficult to program to, they're a lot more difficult to design to, and it's just a lot more speakers, a lot more expensive, so most end up focusing on the dual channel stereo. So the way it works, right? You have your sound coming up, then you have the, well, you don't have the sound coming like that. You have your left speaker, you have your right speaker for your left channel, right channel, then you have yourself right here in the middle, all happy, deformed, and bald, therefore evil. And the way this works is if you have, let's say, a guitar track, and the guitar track is being reproduced in both channels at the same volume, let's say at full volume, the guitar is going to sound like it comes from the front. However, if you start lowering the volume in one channel, it's going to start sounding further and further to the other channel. And that is how you get panning. I describe two types of panning, active and passive. Passive being when you say at the very, very beginning, okay, I want guitar 1 to be on the right ear, and it stays there, and that's it. And then active means throughout the piece, it's going to be bouncing back and forth, which is what we're getting right now with these vocals. These vocals are being bounced back and forth. They're doing one phrase on the right ear, then one phrase on the left ear, and they're bouncing back and forth, acting as accompaniment for the violin that is playing a solo right now, basing the melodies largely on the motifs, and then with some extra adornments, plus the percussion that we're having, giving us a beat with the rest of the accompaniment, carrying the chords and everything. Let's see where it goes. We escalate it. Okay, so now we bring the beat all the way forward. So now we have the yes, we bring the melody all the way out. We replace the violin with the entirety of the chorus, now giving us this almost dance-like melody. Well, it's a dancing melody, almost a danceable melody in 6 or in 3, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6, either way. And we have a flute now doing a little bit of a doubling to one of the lines being played by the melodies. Doubling being when you have more than one instrument doing the same thing. And yeah, the drums are a lot more straightforward. The rest of the accompaniment is a lot more straightforward. Let's see where it goes. And off the ramp we go. So we had a couple of beats with the drums slowing down and then off the ramp. Would I say this? No, it's just toning it down. This is not off the ramp, this just tones it down. And now we go back to just the vocals without the big drums. Let's see where it goes. And the violins are doing a very, very lovely thing that is called pizzicato. Pizzicato is when violins or bowed instruments have their strings plucked. Because of the way that violins are designed, they usually, and violins, violas, cellos, they all have the same thing, in which you can see here the strings aren't flat like in a guitar. They have this little guy over here putting some extra tension. Therefore, when you pluck the string, it's going to sound a little bit muted the way it is right now. So, Thomas, behave or I will ban you. So, let's see where this goes. Alright, so we bring back the big percussion. We bring an accordion to play the chords. And we're panning the accordion as well. Okay, and now we bring back a similar melody to what the violin was playing, but now we have a chorus playing that melody, while we have a second set of panning choir singing playing this second part. I like the visual aid because it actually lets you see it, because some of it kind of merges, blurs a little bit with the others. So let's see where it goes. They said the thing, and by that we went off the ramp. Now we went off the ramp. Off the ramp being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there's no official academic definition for it, or at least not that I'm using for the sake of simplicity. Off the ramp is what I call a transition. It can be a couple of beats, as short as a couple of beats. It can be as long as an entire section. And the purpose of this is to make your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land. How do you do this? Remove the drums. Remove drums, bass, even. The more elements you remove, the better. In this case, we removed everything and we replaced everything with just a mention of the title track. And now we bring everything back. Let me go back for the drum. And now we bring it for the climax. There we go. So we bring back the climax. We bring the full melodies of the violin that used to be in the violin, like full speed, full force, danced melodies with the bouncing back and forth, the panned melodies, the full percussion. Everybody is here. This is the climax. Let's see where it goes. Oh no! Okay, so now instead of bouncing back and forth with kind of like a whisper, we are having a polyrhythm. Polyrhythm, let me, where is this? Polyrhythm is rhythm against rhythm. We are having one set of the choir singing one thing, while another set of the choir singing something different. The rhythms don't fully match, engaging us in what I believe is a polyrhythm here. We are basically revisiting most of the material we've done so far, which is a pretty good thing to do for a climax. Let's see where this goes. We bring the violin back, doing that beautiful melody. We hold that final chord. Oh, we hold that final chord and we let it go so that it can loop. So that it can loop. There you go. And there you go. There you go. That was Utau Oka. So yeah, that final chord, we ended on a high note. We hold it. And there you go. So, there you go. That was Utau Oka singing Hills Harmonics Eolia from the Tonelico soundtrack. What a beautiful piece. Like, yeah, these are beautiful. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. Once again, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers before Christmas 2025, I will take a single fan fiction of the choice of the community, whatever y'all want, and I will fully produce, record, and voice act an audiobook for it. This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. And by the way, if anybody has any more suggestions on what to do for this challenge, I'm all ears. So yes, this has to be achieved. No account duping, no botting, no splitting, no buying followers, nothing like that. Go share the videos with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts. Go use the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have a group on the Discord that does, so go check it out. They do that. And yes, bring me artists to collaborate with. Bring me out. Do not spam anyone. Do not harass anyone. Do not be a rat. Members get early access to the content if you're on YouTube. So I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays. And if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of the tier that you're in, I schedule those videos. You get access to watch the videos when I schedule them on Saturdays. I can't speak today. Holy shit. So yeah, don't become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, go to the LFA requests channel on our Discord. Discord is down below, and follow the instructions on the pinned message. And if you want to join the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in Discord and in the Discord and in the Twitch channels. Well, linked down below. So if you live in Kanazawa, Japan, and you're like, oh, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch, both linked down below, and it shows on your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. Where else could that possibly happen on YouTube? Games are Basterd. That's where we put the recordings of all the gaming after shows. We play them on the main channel, and then the recordings go on the gaming channel. Link down below, or just follow. Just search on YouTube for the username. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. Our Tonelico soundtracks. These are always such a trip, dude. Very much. But yeah, let's move on.